Let's cut to the chase. 6 myths that most Scrum Masters and organizations believe to be true about the role of a Scrum Master. Are you doing this role right or wrong? Let's find out. Myth number 1, the Scrum Master removes impediments. I had to start with this one because I believe it's one of the most common myths that Scrum Masters or organizations believe to be true. As per the Scrum Guide, the Scrum Master serves the team in several ways, including causing the removal of impediments to the team's progress. I know a lot of organizations that force Scrum Masters to resolve all the impediments because it's their job. But the Scrum Guide is clear, causing the removal of impediments, which simply means helping the team identify these impediments first and then ensuring that the team actually resolve these impediments. They don't ignore these impediments. That's the role of a Scrum Master. If a Scrum Master is resolving all the impediments of a team, the Scrum Master is an impediment for the team, slowing the team down, preventing the team from being self-managed. Myth number 2, the Scrum Master as a clerk or an assistant. In many companies starting their Agile journey, new to Agile, they use Scrum because it's popular. Scrum is pretty popular, but they don't like hiring external Scrum Masters because it's expensive. So they just look for someone in the organization that's good at organizing stuff and maybe planning stuff, maybe a project manager, a delivery manager, or anyone in the company that's good at, has these skills, and they just convert this person to a Scrum Master. You are not a Scrum Master, do the Scrum Master role. And this person doesn't know Scrum in most cases. So they just do. They just go with the flow. What the team wants or what the organization wants, they just do. And that's typically admin stuff. Scheduling meetings, doing the sprint planning, updating the sprint backlog, updating the tools, all the stuff that the Scrum Master shouldn't be doing. And it can get even worse if the Scrum Master, the newly appointed Scrum Master, is non-technical. It's gonna have a bad time. Many companies don't respect people who are not technical, especially doing the Scrum Master role. They believe that the Scrum Master should be technical to help the team better. No. A Scrum Master's role is to help the team understand Agile, the principles, the values, and Scrum, the framework. That's it. We are not here to code or tell them what to do. The team is self-managed. No, a Scrum Master doesn't need to be technical. Myth number 3. Anyone can become a Scrum Master during their day-to-day activities. The day-to-day activities of a Scrum Master, they will need to shift between different stances, 8 stances. Being a servant leader, a facilitator, a coach, a manager, a mentor, a teacher, an impediment remover, and a change agent. Some people, organizations still believe that the Scrum Master position, the role, is an entry-level position. Far from the truth. You can just read the Scrum Guide, a few pages, I think the 14 pages of the Scrum Guide, the latest version, the 2020 version. Just take a few exams, the entry-level certifications, and poof, you are a Scrum Master. That's very far from the truth. The Scrum framework, Agile, only a small portion of a Scrum Master role. Most of the time, the Scrum Master will be using their soft skills to help the team, to coach the team, to mentor the team. That's where the real role of a Scrum Master lies, in these soft skills. And it takes time to develop, to become an expert at these soft skills. Years of practice compared to just spending a few hours reading the Scrum Guide. Honestly, anyone can do that. Anyone can spend a few hours reading the Scrum Guide, understanding the Scrum framework, and going into these entry-level certifications and passing the exams. Anyone can do that. But soft skills takes years. Myth number 4, the Scrum Master has all the answers. Many organizations believe that when they hire an external Scrum Master or an Agile coach, experienced one, once they join the company, the savior joins the company, everything will change. Everything will be fixed in a few days. All the problems will vanish. We'll be able to deliver quality products in record time. That's very far from the truth. In this context, the Scrum Master's role is to teach, coach the team on Scrum, the framework, on Agile, and especially facilitate discussions so that the team identify their problems, current problems, and find their own solutions to their problems, not tell them what to do. No, the Scrum Master is not the people's manager. They don't tell people what to do. No, they help people find out their solutions themselves. That's exactly what coaching is all about. But this takes time, a lot of time. In the long run, you will gain a lot from this, but it takes a lot of time. So forget this belief that the Scrum Master is a savior that will fix all the issues in a few days. No, it's going to take time because the team needs to be self-managed. That's the most important thing. They need to decide what to build, how to build it, who builds it, and when to build it. Not the Scrum Master. Scrum Master is here to facilitate this transition to self-management. Myth number 5, the Scrum Master is responsible for delivery and is only successful if a team delivers on time. Absolutely not. Everyone has a role in the team, specific roles, but we are working as a single unit, a single team together to deliver valuable products, working software every single sprint. Everyone in the team is responsible for delivery. The team is responsible. If I had to pick someone who is the closest person to be responsible for delivery, it would be the product owner. They are responsible for budget, release planning, the backlog, prioritizing the backlog, ensuring that what we deliver has value, business value, that the customers love it. But still, we are not responsible for delivery. Everyone in the team should be responsible for delivery. And I don't like this word of delivery because we need to meet dates, deadlines, and all that. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to release every single sprint something valuable working software every single sprint. Agile principle number 7, the primary measure of progress is working software, not meeting deadlines. But in all this, what does the Scrum Master do? Is the Scrum Master responsible for specific things? Let's read the Scrum Guide 2020. As per the Scrum Guide, the Scrum Master is accountable for establishing Scrum as defined in the Scrum Guide. They do this by helping everyone understand the Scrum theory and practice, both within the team, the Scrum team, and the organization. The Scrum Master is accountable for the Scrum team's effectiveness. They do this by enabling the Scrum team to improve its practices within the Scrum framework. Myth number 6, the Scrum Master keeps the team's board up to date. I've seen that in countless number of companies, sadly. The Scrum Master as a JIRA admin or any other tool that you use to track your work. Anything related to JIRA is done by the Scrum Master. The product owner thinks of a user story, but they don't input it in JIRA. No, they go see the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master will input the user story in JIRA, add over the description, the comments. Maybe even assign it to someone for development. The Scrum Master will change the status of all the user stories on the board, ensure that all the right stories are in the right column, ensure that team members are picking up the right stuff, assigning work to people, all the JIRA-related stuff. The team members are not doing that. They go see the Scrum Master and the Scrum Master does it. Really, a lot of companies work this way. Dates not being updated correctly. The Scrum Master does that, especially when companies do quarterly planning, release planning. Dates are not updated by other teams or by someone in the organization. The Scrum Master will do it. Don't worry about it. Remember, the team is supposed to be self-managed. They decide what to build, how to build it, who builds it, and by when to build it. They make all the decisions, but they can't input it in JIRA. We need to ask a Scrum Master to input this in JIRA. It makes no sense whatsoever. If a team makes all these decisions, why are they not inputting all these things in JIRA? Why go through the Scrum Master? It's simply an impediment slowing the team down. Team members, developers should keep their work transparent, visible to the whole team, and updated. Many people still believe that Scrum Masters are project managers. That's why they believe that Scrum Masters should be assigning work, ensuring that people are working, meeting deadlines, and tracking work, reporting, and talking about reporting. If the developers are responsible to keep the board up to date, and the product owner is responsible for delivery, we confirmed that previously. the Scrum Master should be responsible for reporting. Many people believe it because we still think that the Scrum Master is a project manager or a delivery manager. That's not the case. If a reporting needs to be done, it's the team that does the reporting, or at least the product owner, if a stakeholder or a manager is looking for a report. But why do reporting? What's the value? What is the customer gaining from this reporting? Tell them to join the sprint review and actually see the product being demoed, give feedback. That's way more important than doing some meaningless reporting. If I had to think of a report that the Scrum Master should be sharing to people, is reporting on the effectiveness of a team, how they are using Agile and Scrum, maybe the Agile maturity level. That's a good reporting to share and track as a Scrum Master. Which brings me to our next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile Scrum personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.